What is up, YouTube? Today I have a very different video because why not change it, you know? I've been wanting to do a lot of these kinds of videos for a while. I've been debating if I should put on the main channel or the second channel. I think this is main channel worthy because main channel is filled with like 40-minute videos and stuff. I just want something that I could pump out quickly and I can, what's it called? I guess not waste too much time, because let's be honest, no one's watching the 40-minute videos at least right now. Maybe like when I get to like 5 billion subscribers, maybe, but like right now I need shorter videos and I want to get more into like shows and stuff that I'm interested in. So I think this would be a good start. Loki is a very interesting show right now because I'm gonna be completely honest, the MCU is in complete disarray right now. The last 3 shows were trash. She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Secret Invasion. All of them were garbage. You cannot argue. That's just like fact. They were all garbage. Iron Man Quantumania, so disappointing. So disappointing. And Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was alright. So, I mean, there's some points there. But mostly, it feels like the MCU is just falling off. And they'll, I don't know, once in a while crank out a good project like No Way Home or like the first season of Loki, some parts of Moon Knight, or Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Those 4 things are probably the most memorable things that's happened with Marvel in the past 3 years, 5 years, maybe even, who knows. Oh no, Werewolf by Night was pretty cool too. There are a lot of just mistakes nowadays, like there's supposed to be a celestial in the earth or something. The timeline gets, or not timeline, the multiverse gets fucked up like every other movie, and nobody acknowledges when other people did it. Like Sylvie kills Kang in Loki season 1, and then that does a whole thing that like sprouts the branches and all that. And then in No Way Home, Doctor Strange messes up a spell. So there are a crap ton of continuity errors, and just the MCU doesn't feel like one big story anymore. It just feels like a bunch of things just being thrown at the wall and everything just completely splashing on impact, breaking, just nothing is working. And then once in a while you'll get like something that sticks. The MCU having an overarching story is probably the biggest thing and the main draw, let's be real. Because like when you watch the Iron Man and then at the end like they're like join the Avengers Initiative and all that stuff, it was like, what? That was crazy, right? That drew you in. You want to watch more. Now enough about the MCU. Let's talk about the show that I've been wanting to talk about since it started. Loki season 2. This is a breath of fresh air in the steaming pile of dog crap that has been coming out lately. And that sounds brutal, but after they had the gall to put Loki season finale next to the Marvels on opening night is disgusting. No, everyone, I haven't seen the movie. I know it's gonna be trash. Let's be real. Like, it's not gonna be good. The not 3 characters, Monica's pretty cool. 2 characters that had debatably the 2 worst stories, shows, movie projects in the MCU. Like, what? How's that gonna work? The Loki, if you haven't seen the first season, you won't really understand. If you haven't seen any of Loki, you won't understand this. So, spoiler warning for Loki season 2, season 1, blah blah blah. Where the first Loki season ended, it was when Sylvie killed Kang and all of the branches split. And from there, Loki got time slipped or teleport, as we now know he got time slipped into a different timeline or whatever. He started time slipping in this timeline and he got stuck there, couldn't get out. But it ended there, and we didn't know that he was like time slipping or anything. We just knew he was in some sort of different timeline because of the new Kang statue and because Mobius didn't recognize him, all this stuff. And I think it picks up on the momentum very well of the first season. The first episode doesn't beat around the bush and knows that you know what is going on. So it's just like, okay, here's Loki getting on a cart in the middle of the whole ass TVA that we've never seen before, crashes, blah blah blah. It's a nice beginning. It's a nice beginning. It's nothing too extravagant. It's just trying to set up some new things and introduce some very great new concepts, like the entire character of OB, who is probably my favorite side character in any Marvel project, just because, what's it called? Ki-Hei Kwan? How do you say his name? Ke-Huy Quan? I think that's what a video said, but I'm just gonna call him K, because that's his first name. He kills it as OB. And I loved him in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. He was great. I mean, no one's debating that. That was definitely movie of the year 2022. He's probably my favorite new addition to the season, like everyone is gonna say. But yeah. So, and then we go to episode 2, which is Breaking Brad. And that was an alright episode. It was okay. I think it's the weakest of the season, looking back on it. And I don't know, it's just, there's nothing of substance here either, other than him interrogating Brad, which is okay, I guess. I don't like swear. I swear too much in my videos. I've been trying to tone it down, but like I gotta tone it down. I don't like swearing that much, as much as I swear. I'm getting off topic. Episode 3 is when they have to go get Victor Timely in order to what's it called, power some, not power, sorry, the aura of him. They have to use that to unlock the branch temporal loop. What am I saying? They have to use him to get into the system in order to like use the temporal loom. I don't know if I'm getting this episode and episode 4 mixed up. However, there's this like little arc where Renslayer is like kind of in love with Kang, which I never really got because it doesn't go anywhere. I think it was just a mean for Miss Minutes to kick Renslayer off that ship and like get her away from the plot, so she could have her scene where like, why am I not real? But like, I don't know, that's all it ever amounted to. I guess it doesn't need to amount to anymore. It just did what it had to do. It felt weird. I really like Victor Timely. It's way unexpected for him to not do anything, so I like that little subversion that he's literally just a really smart guy and not some fucking super villain. Episode 4, which I might still be getting mixed up, they try to fix the temporal. Let's be real, it's the ending that does this episode for everyone. As good as the substances in the middle are, with like Loki pruning himself to tie back to episode 1 and all that, like the finale is the most jaw-dropping thing that Marvel's put out since like No Way Home. Because like, let's be real, the No Way Home hype does not compare, so we can't even. But this is very good because nobody expects Victor to actually go out like that, right? Like, we all knew he was gonna come back, but the way he went out was like incredibly violent for the MCU, and it might be the most violent MCU death in like any movie until Echo comes out, because that actually looks pretty good. But let's be real, the trailer for Quantumania looked good, and where did that go? Alright, off topic again. Episode 4 finale, Victor Timely with the most violent death, and I think probably the most hopeless spot in any MCU project. Like usually the hero's motivations go down and stuff in like these movies and shows, but this genuinely felt like the show might actually have a bad ending. Episode 5, completely different than what I think a lot of us thought it was gonna be, where everyone gets put into like a branch timeline, and then they just kind of like, he has to get them all back in order to use their auras in order to replicate the moment. And then the ending where he learns how to time slip and everything. I feel like this this penultimate episode was just building towards the finale. It's like, okay, Loki's doing all this stuff, he's gonna learn how to time slip. That's pretty much what this episode's saying. But it has a lot of strong character moments, like just the people at their jobs, like Mobius hanging out with his kids in his timeline, just all kinds of things, you know. There's like little things about the characters that you kind of see from when they're in the TVA, like how what's it called, Obi is a book writer for sci-fi. He's like some like super smart professor too, and then in the actual TVA he's like doing a bunch of trivial things that nobody really cares about, but he's like a genius. Finale was really good. The finale of that episode. Speaking of finales, episode 6, Glorious Purpose, I think that's what it was called, is probably the best ending to an MCU show. It was really solid, guys. Like, he learns how to time slip, so we don't really need to like beat around the bush again, and we could just go straight to him just doing funny things, time slipping in and out, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out what he can do to stop just time from breaking entirely. He keeps going back to square one. He can't seem to fix anything really. And then he goes back to when Sylvie killed He Who Remains in the first season, and then He Who Remains pauses. Bro, like, it's crazy. You have to watch the finale. Like, truly. He stops time, and it's like, oh, they have this whole discussion, and then Loki surprisingly gets like a gotcha moment where he's like, I learned how to pause time, and then they're like talking and all this stuff. It's a really cool moment, honestly, and it's kind of like he didn't get reincarnated, but he is brought back. It was a really smart way of bringing him back without it being too predictable. I need to get a haircut really bad. Just the God of Stories transformation is so good. Like, he realizes what to do, and he's had enough experience time slipping. I guess that made him more powerful or something, so he can go through like the temporal radiation, breaks the timeline, he grabs all the timelines and he brings them together, and then he turns into Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil? Is that how you say it? Whatever. He turns into the world tree, and then it's crazy. And then that triumphant dun dun at the end, dun dun, like it's some great stuff. I love that song at the end, by the way, that plays when he's on the throne. He's just like looking into the distance with all the stories and stuff, you know. It's great. It's great. Overall, this show's a really good breath of fresh air, and I think its success relies mainly on the main character himself, Loki, because one, he has an actual character throughout like both seasons. He has like actual character. He's not just trying to figure something out. He's not learning these new powers or something. He's not going after no dumbass scrolls that just invalidate everything since Endgame. No, he's got a character that's not reliant on just the overarching story. He actually has like moments where he like learns things. He gets friends. He gets a different perception of what he was meant to do. You know, it's just he learns things. Unlike everyone in every other show where they're just like, we gotta stop this guy, and then they stop him, and then they're like, oh, just witty joke, you know. It's just like it's not like that. It's Loki has substance. 2, Loki is just a reliable character, which is something that I know is probably obvious, but everyone loves Loki, so it's very hard to mess up with Loki. They messed up Nick Fury, which shows that you can mess up. So overall, for the Loki review, I will give this show an 8.5 out of 10. It's a very solid show. They didn't build it up that much, so like I don't know why they didn't, but they released like a trailer and then that's it. They didn't like give it so much. Like, they should have given this so much more time, and like, what's it called? They should have promoted this so much more. But the show in general is really good. It's to be a shorter video, but I guess this is like a trial run, since this is, what's it called? This is way too long, and I gotta cut this in a coherent way. So this is gonna be a trial run. This is long, just me talking video, which is very different from how I usually do things. So we'll see how this turns out. That's gonna be it for this video, Media Crunch, whatever the hell I'm calling it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend about the channel. I'd really appreciate it. All that good stuff, you know, that I usually would like you to do. And we're at 85 subscribers. Thank you guys. We're here. We're almost at 100. Only 15 more to go. Really, only 15 more, and we're gonna be at 100 people. Yeah, I really want to do one of these kinds of review videos on AOT, so that might be next. You never know, that might be the next video, or the next Media Crunch, or whatever the hell I'm calling it. I gave Loki like a week to simmer, you know, so that people saw the show and they'd be like, yo, I've seen the show, I can watch this video now. And yeah, that's why it's taking me a while to make this video, and that's why it's gonna take me a while to make the AOT video too. I should have made the AOT video first, but I might let it simmer until next week, who knows. And I don't know if this is gonna count for a full video, because I don't know if I can get Super Mario Wonder out by Friday, so this might be this week's Friday upload. Sorry about that. But next week, Super Mario Wonder, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.